Hey everybody, this is Michael Reeves, and we're going to pop in on a Stratomatic playoff football game. Today we are watching the second of two semifinal contests. S28, a 28 team Strat Keeper League. We are in January 2022. This is the 21 season championship, and we are using 2020 cards. Seattle Seahawks. I'm a member of this league. I believe the Cleveland Browns in this league. I'm involved in several leagues. I don't believe I came this season. I think I was. Anyway, we're going to join this game here. We hosted Baltimore and we'll wait for the end of the we'll face off against the winner of the other semifinal. Of the Seattle Seahawks. I think Ron Martin, I believe, is the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll send Dennis Crowley a quick note here. There it is. It's Ron Martin. Okay, so Ron Martin is a friend of mine, Dennis Crowley, who's a great strat coach, and Ron Martin always seems to be in the mix, no matter what league he's in. And he does have teams across multiple leagues in the stratosphere, as we like to call it. So we're just a few minutes in. 45, second down and 10. There's a pass that's going to go incomplete. 45. So let's take a look at the lineup that Pittsburgh has out there. And I apologize, my broadcast is going to be a little slower than normal today because I have kind of played around with my screen size and I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on. That's Aaron Rodgers under center. And looks like Cam Akers, the real life Los Angeles Ram, is back there with him. He has Gerald Everett at tight end. And then this third down play, it's another pass, but it falls incomplete with 4 men in the zone. So Pittsburgh will punt it back to Seattle. If I had to guess, I think that Russell Wilson back to Seattle, but we'll have to wait a play to find out. And the reason why I'm a Seattle fan features Russell the Muscle. So here's a kick. Going to be fielded at 10. He does, and going to pick up a nice gain of 13. So that was Taylor on the return, and Seattle will take over 23. So let's look at that lineup. That is Russell Wilson under center with James Conner, who had a nice season for Phoenix this year. Actually, I guess that'd be Arizona. On this play, he's stuffed in the backfield. He loses one. It's now second down and 11. Zach Ertz at one tight end, Kyle Rudolph at the other tight end. Scott Hopkins and Devontae Adams. That's about the best 1-2 combination you could possibly have at receiver. His tight ends are just average. Now he puts Chris Carson into the game. Has 4s across the line, except at center he's got a 5 and he has a 6. There on the left. Pittsburgh has a 3-4 defense. It's not star-studded by any stretch. You know, you look at these teams that are in the playoffs, you've got a 0 at strong and a 4 free and a 4 corner. So there's some vulnerabilities on this team. That pass is incomplete. Wilson, so far today, well, that was his first throw. So I just joined a couple minutes in, so it looks like Pittsburgh had the ball in the game. And now Seattle has I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure what I'm seeing. 5 minutes here into the first quarter of this Strat 28 semifinal game between Seattle and Pittsburgh. Third down, and that pass is going to be incomplete, so he's going to turn the ball back over to the Steelers. So neither club was able to move the ball very much on their first possession, and Seattle to Pittsburgh, hoping for a halfway decent field position. That's a decent kick. It's going to travel about 50 yards, 47. To be exact, let's see what kind of return we're going to have. It's a decent return there of 6 yards. That's Keenan Cole, wide receiver Keenan Cole. And Cole is actually on the field right now. He's opposite Darrell Mooney of the Chicago Bears. There's the first down pass that is incomplete to Mooney. So Aaron Rodgers under center coming off that MVP year. He goes into the eye this time with Cam Akers in the backfield. Akers will not be carded next year as he missed the entire season due to a torn Achilles tendon. But he did make an appearance in the playoff game against Arizona, the real life Arizona Cardinals, and looked really good, actually. So I think that bodes well for the Rams next year. But they've had to get it done with Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel. So a 9-yard pickup on the play there by Akers. It's now 3rd and 1. This is a run for Akers. He goes to the left and picks up a couple, and that'll move the chains. So the ball's 1st and 10 at the 49. Pittsburgh looking to be the first club to make it across the 50-yard line. Seattle was 3 and out on their first drive. Pittsburgh was able to get a few first downs, but had to give the ball back to Seattle. Rodgers is back. He looks across the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Actually, that was a deep shot with one man in the zone, but the pass ball is incomplete. So it's 2nd down and 10. Back to the 2 tight end set with Cam Akers. Ball resting at the 49. We're closing in on the midway point of the first quarter. There's a pass to Mooney. It's caught, and it's going to be a pickup of 10. So a 1st down for Mooney. Rodgers back, still looking. He's going to drop this one off short to Mooney. The pass ball is incomplete. So it's 2nd down and 10. The ball resting at the Seattle 41. So 2 tight end set now. That's Gerald Everett and Ryan Izzo, who didn't play a down in this NFL season, but he's got an interesting long pass card. That's a long shot to Keenan Cole, and he catches it, and he's going to score a touchdown. So receiver on the sniper scope, a 61-yard pickup on the play. And Pittsburgh strikes first, 6-0. They tack on the extra point, which is good. And Pittsburgh leaps ahead. 7-0. Just past the halfway point here of the first quarter. The return man takes it back where the Seahawks set up top. So Rodgers able to connect deep to Keenan Cole for a 41-yard touchdown. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. 12 on the play. Defense gets robbed. And so that's 12 yards on Russell's car. Ball at the 32. 1st and 10. Here's a flat pass. Fleet. And it's 2nd down and 10. That pass was intended for Hopkins, who does not have a catch today. So they're back in the 3 wide set. And that 3rd wide receiver is Cooper Kupp, who's getting strong consideration this year for MVP of the league. Phenomenal season. Only one other receiver in NFL history had more yards this season than Cooper Kupp. Pick up a 4 pass, and so now it's 3rd down and 6. And that was completed to Cooper Kupp. Pittsburgh running at 3-4. Defense gets his run on that play, and they're going to be first. 12-yard pickup. And Seattle has made their way close to midfield. That was to Devontae Adams. Seattle again. Hard to run out of this formation, considering most of his line now is rated run 0. His center now would be a 4, and his left guard would be a 5, but that doesn't mean you stop running. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. There's a flat pass to Ertz, and it's caught, and that will pick up 7. So it's 2nd down and 3. There's a white. No, I'm sorry. 7-yard pickup on the play, 2nd down and 3. I'm too busy looking at the formations. So 2nd down and 3. And here comes a deep pass that looks like, and it is going to be intercepted on Russell Wilson's card. Guess right. That's nearly an automatic interception. And so Pittsburgh going to catch a break. Seattle was building some momentum on that drive. But the Steelers successfully turn over Seattle, and Pittsburgh will take over. That pass was intended for Ertz. Jackson. On that 1st down run, which was guessed from, only picked up 2 on the play. Only nets 2 on the play. So it's 2nd down and 8. That was Cam Akers on the run. Defense gets run on that play, and Rodgers completes this one for 9, and that's a 1st down. That was to Everett. Actually, it was a pickup of 8. On this play, it's another screen pass to Everett. This time the defense double teams Izzo. Guessed right. But that for Everett, and it's now 2nd down and 3. Take a look at that 3-4 defense. He's got all 6s. There's a run for Akers. Guessed wrong, but he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Actually manages to get a yard. Excuse me, it's 3rd. Apologies. 7-yard pass play on the 1st down. Akers for 1 on 2nd down. So now it's 3rd and 2. And it is incomplete. He decided to throw a short pass there, and Izzo is unable to haul it in. 4th and 2, and they'll be forced to punt. Seattle chooses not to return this down. Yeah. So Pittsburgh unable to capitalize on Seattle interception. 10. A few ticks remaining here in the first quarter of this Strat 2021 semifinal game. And Dennis Crowley's Seattle Seahawks. There's a complete pass over the middle, caught for 11 yards and a first down. And that's going to end our first quarter. So the Steelers are ahead 7-0. There's a short pass to Carson. Now he's looking for Hurts. And the pass is incomplete. Both these coaches are calling plays quick. That's a 3-wide set. A flat pass falls incomplete, so now it's 3rd and 10. Russell's 5 of 11 so far. Pass was intended for Adams. Devontae Adams, the real-life stud receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Here's a dump-off pass that is just going to get a first down, so they aren't able to get to Wilson. Manages to toss a pass to Zach Ertz. That's his 3rd catch of the day. That was a big one, though. That'll move. And calls a run. It's a short gain. What a lucky break there. That was a white die 1. But Chris Carson has a short gain, right or wrong, on 4. So that was a good break for Dennis. He picks up 15 on the play. On the white die 1, that's automatically guessed right. So Ron Martin says, I'll take your break and I will give you one better. And he makes the sack here. That was a loss of a lot, actually. Huge loss for Russell Wilson. Let's see if it stops this drive. It's now 2nd and 19. That was a 9-yard loss. Kiki with the sack. That's a 10-yard pass. Will make this 3rd down a lot more manageable. That's Cooper Kupp's 2nd catch. So 10-yard pass. Let's see if he's going to try a double or just leave as is. Is he going to bring some pressure? He is going to bring a lot of pressure. He's leaving the flats wide open. And that's a deep shot to Hopkins. Hopkins pick up a 27-yard gain, double teamed successfully. But on Russell's card, that's a 27-yard pickup. Hopkins was able to get beyond the double team and make the catch. Down the ball at the 26. So a couple of lucky breaks for the Seahawks here. And let's see if they can capitalize. Defense gets his run. Now they don't catch the break as it's incomplete on Wilson's card. 2nd down and 10. He's looking for Cooper Kupp, who already has 2 catches in the game. Here's a pass. Defense double teamed elsewhere. But Hopkins is guessed right. Not a lot of blanks, but he just happened to find one. So maybe 2 unfortunate rolls for Dennis. So the breaks are going back and forth for both of these clubs. Excuse me, they certainly are in field goal range. Here's a quick pass looking for Ertz. The catch, but it's only a pickup of 4. 39-yard field goal by Gano, and that's going through the pipe. So Seattle will chop down this lead by 4 points at least. It's now 7-3. at their own 25. After that's a touchback. After the touchback, they would- And Rodgers will take back over. Two tight ends set again. And he's going to go deep on this first shot. And he's looking for Izzo, and that pass is going to be intercepted. That's on the defensive card on the split 2 through 6, 11, and 12. Seattle's going to bring this back for a nice return, but that ball is fumbled. Now let's see who's going to come up with this. Well, Seattle's still going to come up with it, so an unfortunate turnover there for Rodgers. That's his first interception of the game. And now Wilson returns the favor with an interception on his own on a flat pass, and this could be trouble. Although it doesn't go anywhere. Those flat pass interceptions have a tendency to go the other way. So back-to-back interceptions for both clubs now. So we're right back where we started from. 32. And they put it right back up in the air. Defense guesses pass, and that's a completed pass for 10 yards and a first down. And that was Keenan Cole. That was his second reception. His first went for 41 yards, and the game's only touchdown. Seattle successfully doubled teams, but the pass is going to be complete anyway. That's on Aaron Rodgers' card. And that pass was to Michael Hardeman, pickup of 7 on the play. Two tight end set. Defense guesses pass, and that's a nice pickup of 6 on the play. And move the chains. First down, Akers, 7 carries for 31 yards. And Pittsburgh has made its way into Seattle at the 45-yard line. Here's a quick pass to Keelan Cole. It's right. Incomplete. And it's now second down and 10. Rodgers only 7 of 17 so far with 103 yards. He does have the game's only touchdown, and he also has an interception. Second down and 10 with the ball at the 55-yard line. 2021 semifinals. And Rodgers is going big or go home. Here is a deep pass that is going to be caught. And he's going to go all the way in for a touchdown. So that was Ryan Izzo. Again, there's that crazy tight end card that even guessed right. He has a 50-yard pickup. Not very many tight ends can boast a 50-yard pickup. So good call. Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize fully as they get the extra point. But Rodgers has his second touchdown connection, this time to unlikely hero Ryan Izzo, who takes it to the house. I believe that was 46 yards in total, 50 on his card. And Seattle finds themselves down 2 scores. In the second quarter, and Seattle will get the ball. 54 to go. Back to the 3 wide set that we've seen the majority of snaps here in the first quarter. There's a sideline pass to Devontae Adams. Defense was double teaming the tight end. Adams is going to pick up 13 yards thanks to the white die 6, which leads to a 0-man in zone reading. Had it been a normal reading, it only would have been a 4-yard pickup. So good break there for Seattle. 6:18 to go. Cup. And that's a run. And that was Chris Carson, I believe. That's a pickup of 4. Again, in the backfield. 3 wide set. Again, tough to run with this when all of your linemen are downgraded by a point. Defense guesses pass, but Rodgers has a solid flat pass card, and that's a pickup of 6. And that's another first down. Excuse me, Wilson has a solid flat pass. Apologies. Pickup of 6, move the chains. Wilson's 12 of 21 for 120 yards. He does have 2 interceptions. That was Adams, Devontae's third catch. You don't see this 3 wide set very often from Crowley teams, not at all. But with such solid talent out there, it's hard not to play all of those great wide receivers. And there's evidence of it again. Even guessed right on a flat pass. That's a 12-yard pickup for Devontae Adams. And now Seattle has 4.5 to play. There's a run up the middle, and that is a pickup of 5. Second down and 5. Chris Carson on the carry. Again, 3 wide set. Inside run to Carson. It's guessed wrong, but he only the ball at 32. Crowley will stay in the 3 wide set. However, Pittsburgh counted with a 3-4. So no free safety double teams here. And there's a pass to Cup. And for the third time this game, Russell Wilson throws another interception. And this was going to be brought back to the 50. So very unusual first half for Russell Wilson. And this was on his card. But not a very high split as far as the interceptions. Seattle put some heat on Pittsburgh here, and they're forced to dump it off. And they cannot connect on the play. So as real life MVP, at least for 2020, Aaron Rodgers has thrown 2 bombs. Run for Akers and guess wrong 6. So it's 2:06. And we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Now the defense, even though we see a 2 tight end set here, countering with a 3-3-5, you can do that when you've got a nose and 2 ends at 6. Defense calls run. And it's guessed right. So they were able to snuff out that play and bring Akers back for a huge loss of 8. So a great call by Dennis. Put the 3-3-5 out there and still called run. And also brought up some support. They didn't need that support. It was just the call that made the difference. Seattle's going to take over 52, and they have all 3 timeouts. They have 3 incredibly dangerous wide receivers. But Wilson has been his own worst enemy this first half, throwing 3 interceptions. Which that's half the storyline of the game. The other is the 2 bombs that Rodgers threw to Cole and Izzo. And so 2 unlikely heroes basically carrying Pittsburgh to what likely will be a lead into the half. There's a screen that's a pickup of 6. It's now 2nd and 4. Seattle's going to stay in the hurry up. There's a run that's guessed wrong, but the driver picked it between short gain, and another short gain. They're able to pick up 1. So now it's 3rd and 3. With a minute 7 to go. And Pittsburgh, all 3 of their timeouts. So this is a big down. Probably more for Pittsburgh now than Seattle. Seattle just needs to try to get this thing to the half. There's a run, but he is stopped. So Pittsburgh is going to call timeout here. No gain on the play. And that's what Cole can do with it. Maybe put a few more points on the board here before the half. So touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty much the story of this half. Defense double teams Everett. Nice call. So Pittsburgh has no good. Field goal for Seattle. There's a short pass to, of all people, Cam Akers. Does he? Yes, he does. So he preserves some clock. And now they're in field goal range at 29. 37 seconds to go. So at this point, we're looking at a maximum of maybe 5 plays, maybe 6. Just depends. But a maximum of 6 plays at the 8-yard line. Ron Martin has stayed faithful to that tight end offense. And again, who isn't even on an NFL roster this year, but you don't need with a lot of talent. And there's that man again, Ryan Izzo. Short game, guess right. On Rodgers' card. For Pittsburgh, who has 2 timeouts. Certainly they at least once, maybe even twice. And there is that inside run. Defense double teams 2 different players. Let's see if they still in there. And there is a run for he gets through for a touchdown. Defense gets pass on that play, and Akers bursts through. And he does. Now it is 23. Folk missed his last extra point. And look what we have here. 20 with 8 seconds to go here in the half. That's a swift kick. With no return. Here in the half. He's going to launch something deep or just. Excuse me. So we're waiting on the play call here. There we go. And Wilson's just going to take a knee and say, let's just go to the half. And they are going to as the half begins. 20-3. And we're going to wait for these two clubs to get back together. And they're not going to take a break. Let's just. But a lot of people who will listen to this broadcast and know Dennis Crowley understand that sometimes even 20-3 is a safe lead. He is one of the elite coaches in Stratomatic. But down Barton, he's pretty much going to have to be letter perfect. He certainly can't suffer another turnover and hope to come back in the contest. So 3 interceptions so far for Russell Wilson. That's pretty much been the story. That and Pittsburgh's aerial assault. Two Elon Cole and to Ryan Izzo. Seattle. Now, Seattle ran this three wide set and wide receivers. Why wouldn't you do it? That's Hopkins and Hopkins by a and Devontae Adams have a 4 in the free safety zone. So it's not like Pittsburgh has freakish numbers by any stretch of the imagination. They'd be able to get it done with 4s and 5s and even a 0 on Cup. There's a pass that falls incomplete. That was looking for Devontae Adams, but there were 2 men in the zone. And so 3rd and 10 for Seattle at their own 25. A 3 and out would be rough on the first possession here in the second half. 3 wide set. Defense is double teaming Ertz, but this could be a dump off pass. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the role he's looking for in 5. And Seattle is making the aggressive choice to go for it. 4th and 5 on their own 30. He just doesn't feel like he can give up too many more possessions. Picked off Russell Wilson's 4th interception of the half. So disaster there. Not only do they not get the first down, but it's going to be returned through there. So let's see where Seattle's going to take over. Pittsburgh's going to take over at the 30. And so 20-3, Ron Martin is looking to extend this lead. A nightmarish game for Russell Wilson. And there's a pass. I believe that was fourth. I honestly did. So I'm sorry. Wilson does have 1 interception. And that was, excuse me, 3 interceptions. Rodgers has 1 interception. I was counting Rodgers' interception. There's a pass that's on a rush that didn't quite get through on the dump out pass. Game. So Russell Wilson with 3 interceptions. There's a first down pass that's incomplete. So just 3 minutes here into the 3rd quarter. Trying to capitalize on the 3rd turnover. Seattle. 3rd interception for Russell Wilson. Off tackle run. That's going to be a nice pickup. Defense, and that's a 16-yard gain. And the ball now sits at the 4. And that was a run for Boston Scott. If you don't know who Boston Scott is, he's a stat hero. Very nice strat card. Basically a limited use card, but a very strong card. I believe he's still with. And there's a run, but linebacker plugs that one up. And second goal at the 5. Seattle desperately trying to keep this to a field goal and keep this to a 3-touchdown lead. A touchdown here is going to create a real mess. There's a curl pass. Defense guesses right. But on a white 6, cornerback is unable to, which is good. They've now moved it to 3 touchdown and 3 2-point conversion games. But there's still a ton of time here. Seattle definitely has their work cut out for them. 27-3. There's a deep kick. Seattle elects not to return it. And they're going to go back to the 2 tight end. Pittsburgh will have to call a timeout. They may have had a 3-3-5 by accident in there. 3-4. So lots of time here. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Big 27-3 to the Steelers. Defense guesses run. Devontae Adams. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? It's a deep pass to Adams, and there is the 4th interception I was incorrectly referring to. So the 4th interception now for Russell Wilson. And things have gone bad to worse to really, really, really worse. 35, and when it rains, it pours apparently. Doesn't look 27-3. Defense guesses run. That'll be a 12-yard completion. As Rodgers finds Mooney for his 4th catch. He's got 52 yards. Rodgers now has crossed over the 200 threshold. He's been hot this second half. His numbers don't look at 13 of 27, but he does have 3 touchdowns and 200. That'll pick up a few. And that's Leonard Fournette. That's the 3rd running back that we've seen. Cam Akers, Fournette, and Boston Scott. Only 9-18 27-3. Two tight end sets. Seattle showing blitz on this play. And they're 3-4. Incomplete pass. It's now 3rd down and 8. Okay, Google, open iHeartRadio. Opening iHeartRadio. So after 2 incomplete passes, it's 3rd down. Excuse me, 1 incomplete pass. And now we're 8. 3 wide receiver set. We haven't seen this very much. Well, I don't know if we're stuck here. It looks like we've been paused here. Been paused here for a couple of minutes now, so maybe the game has crashed. No, I guess it was just a long pause. There's an inside run for Akers. Defense guesses pass. No tackle is able to make the play. He does pick up 2, and so now it's 4th down and 6. Lead to 30 to 3. Through from 36 and does. So a 36-yard field goal. Lead to 30 to 3. 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. So Seattle is facing a 4-touchdown deficit. 10 more points. And at 30 to 3. Seattle is back in the 2 tight end set. Russell Wilson with 4 crazy interceptions. And there's a pitch out. Now we're seeing a new running back for Seattle. That's Tony Pollard. So we're seeing a lot of gameplay delays here for some reason. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Play has been called and literally nothing is happening. May have to close out of this game and restart it. Could be my connection, could be like super bad. Yeah, I'm going to close out of this. Okay, so after that delay, here's a pitch out. Defense guesses pass. And there we go, finally. Okay, all right, so that's a pickup. So I'm not sure what the animation delays are going on here. That's kind of weird. Pollard, the Dallas Cowboy, super sub, great 1-2 punch for the Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott. There's a 2nd down and 10. All right. Here comes Tony Pollard. And the defense guessed run. Wow, what a call. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 10. Sometimes coaches know each other's tendencies. Even down 30-3, Ron Martin calls run. Excuse me, up 30-3. Ron Martin calls run on defense, snaps out that Tony Pollard end run. So 30-3. Off tackle run to Carson. Defense guesses pass. But with a white eye run, it's guessed right on Carson's card. And Seattle again has no choice but to go for it here on 4th down. So Carson can't get this short pass. Got 5 different targets to hit. Let's see if Ron decides to team anywhere. Looking for Cooper Kupp. And he's double teamed, I believe. No, he's not. That's going to be a dump off pass. Carson is just a yard short of the line of game. At the Seattle 45. There's a pitch. Defense gets his pass. He's going to step 4:30 to go. So here's Bullhouse backfield. Akers is up the line. 3rd and 1. Off 35. 3:34 to go. Here in the 3rd quarter. Aaron Rodgers is stopping the line and now it's 4th and 1. And they're going to go for it here. Try to extend this time. Let's see if Seattle gets this ball back. Defense gets his run, and that's the Keelan Cole, and he's going to pick up 17. And move the game again for Pittsburgh. 2:42 to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's an off tackle run. Defense snuffs that out. Loss of 1. And there's a straight run. Minute 30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. All Pittsburgh. Full house set. Just listen to a little bit of Straight Out of Vegas here on Fox Sports Radio. Something I do Most every night when I get back home when I make dinner. And there's a run, guess right, with the last 7. Here in the 3rd quarter. That's the Izzo incomplete. 36 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 tight end set. 3rd and goal from the 11. Off tackle run to Scott. That'll be a 6-yard pickup. Tack on 3 more points here. Or try to. Actually, it's blocked. Well, Seattle's going to take over as they were able to get the fumble. And with this game, it's 30-3. I think I'm going to take a little stroll. Just over 14 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Okay, I thought it was important to get my dinner ready, and if you guessed salmon and tuna with corn, you, my friend, would be. So we've now hooked back in. Heading into this fourth quarter, and they successfully scored 16, 2 touchdowns. They find themselves down 11, 36 to go. So Ron's looking to hold on to the ball here, get a couple of first downs, try to put this puppy to bed. But a little bit of an it's getting a little bit of nervous time here for Seattle. Here is an off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. But it's on the D card. Of course, is the enemy here for Seattle. But things are looking a little tighter for a club that just couldn't get out of their way for 30-19. It's not impossible, but it has to be perfect here down the stretch. Another 3 and out could pay some dividends here. Or how about an interception? My goodness, Seattle picks this ball off on the interception split on the defense. And now the ball is at the 29-yard line. So Seattle is trailing 30-3. They were trailing to begin this third quarter. Excuse me, in the fourth quarter. And with 5:42 to play, they've turned this game around. There's a deep pass, and oh my goodness, this is going to be hot. And it's going to be a touchdown. And Seattle has scored 22 points, and now they're looking at this 2-point conversion. The ball resting at the 2. Here's a run for Carson. Defense gets it. And would you look at this? Now there's 5:24 to play. Dennis is going to kill me when he realizes I left this broadcast for a few minutes just to start dinner. Well, what did I say? It's hard to keep Dennis down, but even I didn't think down 30-3 there's any chance of a comeback. And here we are at 30-27. And I said a few first downs is going to basically put this puppy to bed. And lo and behold, Rodgers throws. He's out throwing again. This time he runs it and a first down. So that's important. Now just hold on to that ball. His collective heart rate has doubled in just the last 6 minutes. Now second down. Second and 2 tight end set. Defense counting with a 3-4. Pardon me. There's a slant to Everett, and he's oh my goodness, an interception. This is unbelievable. What a ton of advance. Even Dennis Crowley couldn't have dreamed. Suddenly, Pittsburgh caught every bad break imaginable for the corner. Now everything is seven. Who would have thought that the club had any chance of a comeback? Trailing by 3. Here's a button hook pass that's completed. That's a picture of all 44. That's Graham. So another get somewhere close to the 30 with win this thing outright and put together one of the craziest comebacks in 8 league history. I can't imagine a comeback like this. We've all had games like this where we thought we had the win in hand and suddenly things just turned. Dennis does not give up by any stretch of the imagination. This right here would be a master class in how to make a run. You take advantage of those breaks. And Dennis all to 45. Becoming a little bit of a factor now. There's a going to be stopped a yard short, so Carson is Seattle isn't going to call timeout here. Surely they're going to go for it. Absolutely. That's Carson in the backfield. Now Pittsburgh runs this 3-4. So there's a possibility that he's going to play one of these flats. And a pass is going to be completed at 5, so move those chains. And will Seattle, they will. So with 2 minutes to play and the ball resting at 37. So we're looking right now at a 54-yard field goal. And Seattle has all 3 timeouts remaining. If they can get a first down here, they'll be in excellent position to tie this game up. Some crazy bad breaks for Pittsburgh, but still good in this for Seattle, who need to get 3 touchdowns, but it's certainly another get 3 2-point conversions. What are the odds of that? I mean, that's crazy odds. There's a pickup of 3. So they're in field goal range at the 34-yard line, but we're looking at a 51-yarder, so that's hardly a guarantee. 2nd and 7, staying in that 2 tight end set. There's a run. Seattle. So many possibilities on this play. So many possibilities. 3rd and 2. Here's a run to Carson. Defense guesses pass, and he's going to be stopped. So the ball is resting 4th and 2 at the 29. So again, is this decision time for Crowley? Is he going to try to go for it here and get closer to the football? Is he going to try to play? A minute 15 to go. He's thinking about it. And Seattle is electing to go for it here. They want to get closer. I guess he figured that the kicker didn't offer the best chance. Graham Gano, I'm not going to take a look. I'll look at that here after this play. Let's see. Let's let them make their decision here. 4th and 2. With the ball. Seattle has all 3 of their timeouts remaining here. 52 seconds to go. What's the call? So an incredible comeback here for Seattle. Let's see if they can continue this. 4th down and 2. Button hook pass. There's only one man in the zone. He's looking for Carson. And it's caught, and it's a pickup of 11. So the gamble pays off. And let's see if they use one. Yes, they do. Dennis is such a good manager of the clock. 45 seconds to go. This is 24 unanswered here in the 4th. There's an inside run, defense guesses run. Nice call. It was on the defense's card. We'll take another timeout. They're certainly in perfect field goal range. At the very least, I think they feel pretty good about at least getting to overtime. And what would be an amazing. They do only have one timeout, so they have to be kind of careful here. There's a hitch pass. But there were 2 men in the zone, and that's going to go incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 8. Ball at the 16. Ron Martin is keeping his head about him. He knows he's not out of this by any stretch, and there's still a possibility that he comes away with a win if he can turn him over. 3rd and 8. And ball at the 30. Seattle does have that timeout, so there's a possibility that the run could be in play here. Let's see, is there a possibility? Oh, my goodness gracious. Very close to Russell Wilson. All right. And it is super good. Unbelievable. 30 to 30. Ron Martin can't imagine what's just happened. Like he's been hit by a truck. Oh, look at that. All the way out to the 48. And so that play, that's right. So basically, Pittsburgh at this point has 2 plays. And Ron Martin has to be thinking, finally, unanswered points. That's just amazing. I'm speechless. I'm sorry I missed the first few minutes of that, just getting dinner ready, which probably is burning on my stove as we speak. But this is Strat history, and we're not going to miss the rest of this. So let's see some more magic, this time on the Steelers side. Seattle, knotted at 30 in the Strat 28 semifinal game. We've gone far enough into this game to let everybody know that the winner of this contest is going to be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, Zeb's Baltimore Ravens. So, the league's MVP. All right. 1 second remaining, and I don't believe we're going to see it. So basically, we'll see this last pass to the end zone. I'm going to move this off the screen, and we're just going to let the animation tell the story. And so with that last play, this game is going to be over. So on that last play, they tried, looks like a flat pass. 0 men in zone, didn't wind up going anywhere. The only chance for a touchdown would have been on a 2. All right, completion and a first down. So rules of overtime. Pittsburgh gets the first touchdown. They win the game. And we'll keep going until there is a score. And 3 interceptions. Defense correctly double teams the receiver, but he's able to haul it in. It's only a pickup of 4, so it's 2nd down and 6. Looking for Cole, and that's another pickup. That's a 12-yard pickup. Territory. Turnovers have been the story of this game. Wilson with 4 interceptions, Rodgers with 3 interceptions. And there's your dreaded 5, guessed wrong. That's a bad break. Second down and with the ball resting. So Seattle's caught fire, obviously, in the fourth quarter. That's an understatement, but a lot of their possessions were based on interceptions, and they had good field position, was able to get those scores in back to back and then back to back. But what's interesting is they also were able to convert on 3 2-point conversions. I'm not sure what the NFL average this year for 2-point conversions is, but I believe it's around 60%, maybe 58. I have to look that up. So, I mean, think about it. The odds of hitting 3 of those in a row, probably a 16% chance. Any mathematicians out there, I'm sure, are going to correct me. They're going to go deep. Defense, again, successful double team. This time it's going to fall incomplete on Rodgers' card. Wow, he's got a completion on 4, and there's that interception. That's not really an unusual for a double team. In case you're wondering, I couldn't wait for dinner. So we got grilled tuna going now. Possibly. In the second column, if that's a 14, I'm eating dinner. I'm still eating dinner. Oh my goodness. And look at this interception for Aaron Rodgers, this time on the defensive card. With only 3 men in the zone, that's going to be returned back to the 28. So at this point in overtime, it's first score wins. It is up to show out on defense here. There's a guess run wrong, but only picks up guess run, guess wrong. Excuse me. Pick up 1 for Carson. Second down and 9. Off tackle run, defense guesses pass. That's there, but only 3. Defensive tackle able to make the play. So now Carson is fatigued. He still does have some carries left, obviously. Won't be quite as effective. That's Bud Dupree over there with a shiny little 0. He's able to get a first down, pick up 8 on the play. Defender reading are 2 or 8. .30 yards passing for Wilson. That is a run guessed wrong, and it's going to be a pickup of 17, and the ball is now resting at the 40-yard line. 1 more first down, and Seattle's in position, and a possibility for a game-winning kick. Actually, what I meant was excellent position for a game-winning kick. And this might be 4-down territory, especially after that dreaded 5, which nets 0 yards for Tony Pollard. There's an end run for Pollard. Defense gets his pass, but it's on the defensive card. And now it's 3rd and 8. Like we said, it's still 4-down territory. We'll learn a lot after Dennis Crowley's 3rd down call. If it's a run and he gets anything on it, he's probably looking at 4-down territory. He chose not to kick a 49-yard field goal in the closing moments of the game. Instead, trying to get a little bit closer, and they were able to. Now he's ball to 36, so it is 4th and 4. He did run it there. So 4th and 4 with, this is looking at a 53. Well, he's got a pretty good split here. 2 through 6, 11, and 12. So it's a 50-50 shot. Now this may be where the variable field goal comes into play, but that's it. 33-38. And they're going to go for it. We're not going to look at the roll. We're going to see if this goes through. This is for the win. And Seattle has made history with an 57 points in the 4th quarter. And the lone score of the 4th quarter to complete an amazing, ridiculous comeback over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your final score, Pittsburgh 30. The Bill Belichick of Stratomatic football strikes again. Struggling to, my computer's going to run out of gas here pretty soon. I got to plug this up. So an incredible win, but a tough luck loss for not real well tonight, to say the least. But Ron's probably a better man than I am. As we mentioned, Pittsburgh was up 20-3 and then 30-3 at the end of 3. But Dennis did not give up. 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, a field goal in the last couple of seconds of regulation, turned over Rodgers with an interception in overtime, and that was his 4th interception. Both quarterbacks with 4 interceptions. Seattle's able to drive the ball down, and Graham Gano finishes off a 27-point deficit tied, and then the winner from 53 yards out. You know what's amazing about that is with just a couple of minutes just like the last minute of regulation, he had the opportunity to kick a 47-yard field goal and bypass that to go for it on 4th and 2. Got it. Basically got a much easier kick at 33. But he probably could have hit it from there. But had he done that, he would have left Pittsburgh some time on the clock. So everything just turned out exactly, well, I would say according to Hoyle. Obviously, there had to be some turnovers here, and Aaron Rodgers supplied 4 of them. But for as bad as Rodgers was in that fourth quarter, that's how bad Wilson was for the first 3 quarters, throwing 4 interceptions total. But Wilson caught fire in the second half, 46 overall for the day for 330 yards. Now, by my own admission, I did stop to at least put some dinner on. So I left this thing pretty much simmer for the first few minutes of the fourth quarter. So I missed the 29-yard run by Carson, 29-yard pass from Wilson Carson. I saw the point conversion and I had Pollard 3-yard run. And there they were basically. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I missed the 9-yard pass that Rudolph caught from Wilson, and then the 3-yard touchdown. Then I saw the Carson 29-yard run. I still did not envision a chance that Seattle was going to make a run in this game. I just had no idea. Let's So I'm going to get Dennis on the phone here to talk about this. I'm again just absolutely just stunned. It was a great game. I'm sorry to see a loss like that for Ron Martin. Good guy. Stuff happens, I guess. But just a spectacular run by Dennis Crowley. But I can't really do that. Let's just put him on here and have him talk about it. While we're connecting with him, the one thing he always says is you don't give up in these games. It would be very, very easy just to say, you know what, we're finished here. And there's no way to have a comeback, and we're just going to leave this thing be. And we'll just get ready for next season. But Dennis just isn't that kind of guy. And, even when you have him down at the half by 17, you kind of think, well, you just play it safe. You still got to put some points on the board because he knows how to capitalize on breaks.
Hey,
You there?
yeah, I'm here. Can you believe that game? That's crazy.
You are the man of the hour.
That is the luckiest comeback I've ever had. I've had games.
I can't imagine having a luckier one. So I'm wondering, are you going to parlay this into maybe a book tour, maybe a speaking tour? What are you going to do with this?
I'm trying to do it. I was trying to do a side bet with Tom because I like the Bills this weekend and he likes the Chiefs. So we'll see if I can cajole him into doing a little, $20 side bet on that game. Then I'll really capitalize on my luck.
Second, Dennis, I'll be right there.
No, I can hear you now. Sorry, did I cut out for a second? Can you hear me? Let me come back in again. Hello? Oh, can you hear me? Michael.
Yeah, hold on just 1 second, Dennis. I'll be right there with you.
Okay, no problem. I just wasn't sure if you could hear me.
Let's see if the volume's a little bit better.
Yeah, you just got to turn up the volume on your machine because I can hear you fine, and I think the audience can hear you fine and me fine. But you might have your volume low on the speaker. Any better? Just turn your computer's volume up.
Now we got it. All right. So I was playing around with some buttons and had a hard time with this yesterday. Now I can hear you fine. Okay. So now first admission,
So
I have to tell you. All right. So scores 30-3, headed to the fourth quarter, and I'm getting kind of hungry. All right. So I'm like thawing out my dinner. All right. I got tuna and I got salmon going. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave this just for a little while, just for a couple minutes, and I'll just check in on it every once in a while because, you know, you don't want that tuna to burn or anything. So you're just going to flip it just a little bit. I come in, and there's a touchdown. It's like 2. Okay, well, that's cute. All right, it's 30-11, whatever. All right, we got to go turn this thing up. Let's go give me a can of corn. I come back in. It's like, oh, geez. Okay, wait a second. Now it's like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and broadcast the rest of this, and the rest of my dinner gets burnt. And then I see a turnover and then another turnover on top of that. I'm like, all this stuff is like coming together. And it's kind of something that you've said to me all along. And you just don't give up in this game. You just don't give up in this game. You can't, because these kind of breaks happen.
Yeah, you can't. I feel bad for Ron. I mean, I felt bad for myself in the first half where, you know, Russ is throwing like 2 through 4 interceptions left and right. But I felt bad for him in the second half because that was like really series of unfortunate events there to fall apart like that. And you know what? Like I said, I've had this on a smaller scale where if once I was up 24-0 in a conference finals and lost it. I had Peyton Manning as my quarterback. Same kind of thing. You get to the point where you run, and then you know, well, that's too conservative, so you try to throw, and then you land on that 9 on the defensive card, and next thing you know, they're only 25 yards away from cutting it to 17, then cutting it to 10. So those interceptions really, obviously, those were the big plays. Those interceptions, Rodgers' card is like minimal interceptions, but he hit the defensive card, and that's, you know, if there's ever a case for how big of an effect that that good pass defense card can have, I think there were a couple of those picks that were right on the edge that if I would have had average, they wouldn't have been picks. So very lucky, very fortunate. Ron, I feel for you. But God, the way he was playing defense was so awesome with all those zeros too. I should point out something like that. I found him a very tough nut to crack. He was double teaming like crazy. His defense was perfect. Calling run at the right time, doubling the guy. I said, okay, he's not going to double him two times in a row. Boom. You know, he was just phenomenal on defense. If you go back and watch that game, you'll see his defensive calls were just pristine. Oh, I think Michael left. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. I think Michael had to go get his food off of the grill. So it's just me now, and I don't have anything else to say except better to be lucky than good. So, and that's why we play this game. I mean, you get a crazy comeback like that. You have these tough losses, and you're like, oh, I hate this game. I'm going to quit. I don't want to play anymore. But then you have a game like that. It's just like, God, it's nuts. It's nuts. So it's an enjoyable hobby we have. What's more important, I think, than the wins or losses is the camaraderie that we've built. And so I'm glad everybody's having a good time. I hope that everybody that's watching this stays in S28 for a long time. And thanks to Michael for broadcasting it. So I'm going to go jump in here and pick up my kid from his wrestling practice. All right, guys. See ya.
All right, everybody. Dennis Crowley's Seattle Seahawks over Ron Martin's Pittsburgh Steelers. Ron, great game. Sorry that it ended the way it did. Obviously, Seattle was handing over a lot of breaks in the first 3 quarters, but it kind of went south there for you in the fourth. But obviously, we both agree you played ridiculously throughout this game and just didn't catch the breaks. And any team that can get to the finals with zeros and fours and not a lot of fives and sixes on this club. That says a lot about the coaching. Unfortunately, it just didn't come to pass this time. So, but congratulations on a great season. Wait to get to the finals, and we're going to see you back here probably next year. You're one of the best coaches I've seen, and it's just one of those things of just some bad breaks hitting your way. But congratulations to Dennis, who successfully scored 30 unanswered points, including 3 touchdowns with 3 2-point conversions, a field goal in the waning seconds of regulation to tie it at 30, and then a field goal 7 minutes here into overtime that catapults the Seattle Seahawks into the Strat 28 finals to take on Zeb and his Baltimore Ravens. And we will have that game scheduled on Strat Fan Forum here very, very soon. In the meantime, thank you for listening to this broadcast. Hope Dennis doesn't mind that there's going to be a little bit of a hole in it in the fourth quarter. I'm sure he will forgive me. But this was a very enjoyable game to call. Thank you so much for listening. Everybody stay safe out there. God bless. Have a great night, and we will see you soon.